Good afternoon, Penn Hills. My name is Shawn, Kerestus, candidate for council.
My name is Waldron, also a candidate for Penn Hills Council.
And for the past week on social media, we've solicited your questions to answer today about our thoughts on the community and how we can improve Penn Hills. All right, so Alan, the first question is, what can we realistically do to change the image of Penn Hills that, unfortunately comes off very negative to outsiders who don't live here?
Yeah, it absolutely does, and that's a big issue. I mean, if you watch the news, they'd have you believe that Penn Hills is a war zone, and we all know that it's not. It's a wonderful place to live, and that's a narrative we need to start pushing back on. In my past, I'm a web developer and an app developer, and one of the projects I worked on in the past was actually for the Allegheny Conference, which is a group. Basically, it's a chamber of commerce for all the largest businesses in Pittsburgh, in Western Pennsylvania. That project was basically, how do we get people from around the country to see what Pittsburgh is and get them to move to Pittsburgh? Because Pittsburgh had this same problem for quite a long time. In that project, what we did was we came up with a way to highlight all of the great companies that Pittsburgh has, all of the great neighborhoods that Pittsburgh has, all of the great amenities that Pittsburgh has. So we kind of just made the case for Pittsburgh on that website. And then from there, the Allegheny Conference did an excellent job of marketing that website. And it was a great success. It had hundreds of thousands of visitors every month. And there were numerous success stories of that website where people actually used it and made the choice to move back to Pittsburgh. And I like to set up something similar to that for Penn Hills, right? So build a website that just lays out the case for us, that says, hey, we're a wonderful community full of diverse neighborhoods and great people. We have all these things to do around the community, all these great events that the community puts on every year. And we have excellent home prices, right? Compared to the rest of the greater Pittsburgh area. We have a lot of great reasons for people to move to Penn Hills. We just need to show people that. And then we need to drive traffic to that website too. So we're gonna need to do an ad campaign. It doesn't have to be big, just something small that we can, locally, that we can just make people aware of this website and get people to see a different side of Penn Hills.
Great. Yeah, and I guess I'll just simply add on Alan's wonderful points. Obviously, our affordable housing stock is phenomenal. A new homeowner can get a new home in Penn Hills for still under $120,000. Additionally, we're a matter of minutes from the city center. So even though we don't have as much of a commute anymore, given work from home, it is still, something that some companies are moving back to. So our closeness to the city. But additionally, to me anyway, Penn Hills needs to get away from the go-it-alone approach that we've seen for so many years here, especially in our municipal government, where we kind of have blinders on, and Penn Hills does its own thing and the rest of Western Pennsylvania, does theirs. We need to be friendly neighbors to our outer rim communities here, Verona, Oakmont, Wilkinsburg, and even the city of Pittsburgh. We need to go and work with the county to bring more resources here to improve our image.
Right.
I guess my point is we need to be more active with other local municipalities and get our name out there for more positives versus, as you mentioned, the negatives that we seem to see on the news, unfortunately,
right,
day in and day out.
Excellent.